Hey guys, so today is National Coming Out Day, and I decided that I should share my coming out story. So I came out when I was 14, so I was a freshman in high school. I'm 24 now, so that was 10 years ago, which I was thinking about today and just like how crazy that was, because I remember how difficult that realization was for me. And I kind of eased myself into it. I like to think I came out as bi because I felt like that would be more acceptable to people. I grew up in a small town, and I think I was one of like 8 gay kids in my graduating class or something like that. But yeah, it was a small town, and my high school is actually named after 2 Confederate leaders. So yeah, I'm from the South, and it's a fairly conservative place. Not the best place to be a gay kid. But anyway, the one thing I was always sure about, you know, I wasn't really secure about my weight or my appearance or anything like that, but I knew who I was, and I knew that I was gay. And I just didn't know if the rest of the world was ready for that, or the rest of, you know, the little world that I lived in was ready for that. So yeah, came out as bi, and then slowly, as the rest of the years of high school went on, I was gay, and it was, it was okay. I had a lot of fun in high school. I got picked on some. Everybody gets called the F word, and I don't mean fuck. But honestly, it wasn't that bad, really, for me. I know it's pretty bad for some kids nowadays, but I'm here to tell you that as long as you remember the fabulous RuPaul quote, "What other people think of me is none of my business," then I think that you will get through it. So let's see, reactions to me coming out. How did my mom react? Well, okay, I guess let's start over. How did I tell her? I took a pretty passive way about telling her. I didn't just come right out and say it. I was too afraid for that. I had already told some people. I told my best friends, and I told, like, my older sister, basically, that I never really had, Barbie. I told her, before I told my mom, and then I wrote a poem, and said something in it about being bi. It was like one of those like poems that's like, God, I can't remember the word for it, but it's like all the letters of your name, and then you write like adjectives corresponding, or like little sentences with the letters. And I mentioned that I was bisexual in it. And so my mom saw that, and she brought it. I left it on the house printer, and my mom found it, and she brought it to me, and asked me about it, and she cried for a second, and I asked her about it probably years later, and it wasn't because I was gay. It was because she told herself the story that she would never get grandchildren from me, and she realized that, hey, that's just a story that I told myself, that's not true, and she got over it. But yeah, she's been nothing but incredibly supportive. I love Mama Chaos so much. I wouldn't be the man I am today without her. So that's very good. My dad knows. He knows that I'm gay, but I haven't ever actually said the words to him, like straight up just was like, hey dad, you know, I'm gay. I've never said that to him. And at this point, I don't think it really needs to be said. He knows, and if he's watching this, he really knows. But yeah, I mean, my advice about coming out is to do it. To do it. Just fucking do it, man. Woman up and do it. Because you'll feel so much better. And I know a lot of people out there, they're afraid they're gonna get kicked out, and you know, if you live in a hostile home environment and this is gonna bring more, I guess, shit on you, you know, obviously if there's any kind of physical abuse or anything like that, obviously you don't want to come out and make yourself a target. But come out to someone. If it's not your parents, come out to your best friend, come out to somebody you go to school with, come out to someone, come out to a doctor, you know, someone. Just get it off your chest, because I promise you, you will feel so much better, so much better. You'll feel freer and you'll get to start living the rest of your life. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Little tidbit about me. I feel like it's not that exciting, but that might just be because it was so long ago that I barely remember it anyway. But yeah, I guess this answers some questions I've gotten, because I've gotten a lot of comments and messages about my sexuality, and I haven't responded to any of them because I had it in the back of my head that eventually I would probably make a video like this. But at the same time, I mean, my sexuality isn't really any of anyone else's business unless I'm trying to get with you. So yeah, because nobody's sexuality is anybody else's business unless they're trying to get together. And I think that's all I have to say about that. So I hope that you guys have a great night. Happy National Coming Out Day. Subscribe if you support coming out, if you support equal rights for everyone that lives in this country and pays taxes. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. Mwah.